as that testosterone's been loading up in those bucks, increasing in the blood serum levels due to the decreasing day length. They're now focused on finding a receptive doe and not that food cover pattern during the pre-rut. That means looking for that receptive doe, they're going to use their entire home range, where when you're hunting a pre-rut, they may just be using a quarter or so of the home range. There's a lot of variables here, food sources and stuff like that. But during the rut, they're certainly using the bulk of their home range and maybe even a bit more. You know, if the buck's home range is here and they get with the receptive doe that home range only overlaps about 10%, he's gonna follow that doe in that foreign country, if you will, till that time is over, which is 24 to 36 hours. Bucks normally tend a receptive doe. And this is why you may see bonus bucks or bucks that aren't showing up on your trail cameras during the rut, or you may have bucks go missing. And this is a big change. You need to really be able to, if you're a hunter that wants to shoot a certain age class buck, be able to estimate the age of a buck in a quick amount of time. You see that buck coming or crossing the power line or whatever, because you're not hunting the same bucks potentially that you've been getting trail camera pictures of throughout the late summer and early fall. GPS collars have been an incredible tool for studying the rut. And we know, based on that data from, Pennsylvania and Mississippi and Georgia and all kind of states in between, that bucks actually walk more steps per day during the rut, and that amount of steps tends to increase all the way up to the peak of the rut, which is again about November 13th. They're walking way more steps both at night and during daytime. So during the rut, if you're a guy that's got a schedule and the flexibility and the stamina to stay in the blind or staying all day long, that's a good pattern for a hunter to use during the rut. Now, the bulk of the movement, clearly shown by all these different research projects, is dawn and dusk. But because bucks tend to spend about 6 or 8 hours in a core area looking for a receptive doe and then shift to another core area looking for receptive does, once they finish scouting one area or they've been with a receptive doe, they've tended her for 24 to 36 hours and they bust free and go look for another receptive doe, that can happen any time of day. And that's why we get some of those movements in the midday. Still, the bulk of the movement is daylight and dusk, morning and late evening. But any time of day, you can see a buck on his feet during the rut, and that's when you need to spend a lot of hours out there hunting.